Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly angel guidance messages for May 25th through the 31st. That's a Monday through Sunday. And I'm Joanna Easton. I'm an angel intuitive reader. I'm also a master teacher, the creator of Angel Academy, and a spiritual life coach. I have a whole page of offerings for you to help support you. So if you want to learn a little bit more about me or see if there's a way that you can be supported through readings, coaching, courses, go check out my website, joannaeaston.com, if that feels like a sacred yes to you. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this week's readings. We are working with and connecting with Archangel Gabriel, the angel of divine messages, joyful messages for creativity, nurturing, pushing past procrastination, and all kinds of wonderful things. So we start off Monday, Tuesday with the message of let go. We are encouraged to let go and surrender what might be troubling to us. So there's oftentimes challenges in situations where we've overthought it, where we're caught in this loop of overthinking, over catastrophizing, over awfulizing, to the point where we can't see a solution, we can't see a way out, and then we start to not sleep well and get agitated, all sorts of things. Now, I think it was Einstein who was quoted as saying, you cannot solve a problem at the level it was created. You must go up a level. What does that mean? That means connect with the sacred, divine, angelic realm. Let these angels help you, and especially Gabriel. Let go, because it takes a lot of energy to try to force or control something. You know, there's an old saying that what you try to control, controls you. So it's time to release it. Give that issue to the angels. Say, thank you for taking this. And thank you for infusing me with divine wisdom. Let me see a way forward. Let me have the courage, conviction, and clarity to follow your guidance as you see fit, as the solution resolves itself. But I give this to you, angels. You just let me know what I need to do going forward. So the full message here says, release the desire to control this situation and leave it up to God and the angels' infinite wisdom to resolve everything beautifully. Again, surrender is not weakness. Surrender is saying, I need divine help. I've been too much in my ego mind and I can't see a solution. Thank you, angels, for showing me the way. And then be aware of signs and symbols that the angels are leaving you, that they're helping you. And as we move into Wednesday, Thursday, all that energy we had of trying to control, now we've surrendered it. So it's time to recharge and rejuvenate. You must nurture yourself. It doesn't mean you need to call into work, but it does mean to have intentional times throughout the day where you slow down and resist the temptation to overbusy your schedule and fill it in with just, too much outside influence, outside noise. Slow down, breathe, even if it's just doing the box breath. I've talked about that before, where you inhale for a beat, exhale or inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Maybe you need to do several of those throughout the day to slow yourself down. Make sure you're sleeping well. Make sure you're eating well. You're taking good care of your human. It's a privilege and honor to have a human experience at this time. So we want to really make sure we're taking good care of our human. So listen to what does your human need. So that will pay off big time. It says, investing time in self-care now will yield more energy for you later. So it's recharging your battery, recharging your internal battery. So there we go. Now, by the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have perfectionism. Now, perfectionism is an illusion, as many of you know. It keeps us stuck. We think oftentimes it's by unrealistic goals or too big of thinking, when we're skipping a bunch of steps that would get us to a further one down the way. This is a time to embrace the mantra of I am imperfectly perfect and beautifully human. So think of micro steps. What can you do to slow down and just really, release the grip the inner perfectionist, the inner critic, and the inner judge have? We're going to mute those for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and make more realistic, soul-centered, sacred goals, or not even the word goal, but steps forward that are loving and so small you think they're almost ridiculous, but they're not. It's A to B thinking, and then B to C, C to D, not A to F, F to L, L to W, W to Z. That's too big and too scary. There's so many wonderful little things you can do in the meantime that help to move you forward so you don't feel frozen and stuck. So the full message here says polishing your creative project is fine, but don't allow perfectionist fear to result in procrastination, because otherwise we get frozen in it's not good enough. What will people think? For who? It doesn't matter. You're getting downloaded from the divine to create something. So just do it. Maybe it never sees anyone else's eyes, but you must create. You must create. Release that perfectionist hold. Now, there is a bonus message from the Ancient Stones Oracle, because I've been really receiving a lot of guidance around and messages of grounding people this week. There's a lot of folks that are feeling ungrounded, destabilized, and whatnot. So I pulled a card, and our overarching bonus message is creativity. You can see here there's this beautiful figure. She's receiving guidance through that third eye and the crown chakra. And as we just saw with the perfectionism card, it is very, very important to mute the perfectionist so you can allow these creative downloads to come into you and through you, so they don't get backed up like a dam and then just burn you up from the inside out. So I want to read the full message, or not the full message, just a snippet of the message so you feel the energetic frequency of what this holds for the week. It says, creativity is a mystical act, for it requires that we merge with the sacred to birth something new. And through the expression of beauty and consciousness, it breathes life into the beholder as well. Like the ancient stones, your creations have the chance to outlive you. They're a way for you to leave your mark on the world, to say, I truly was here. Now, there is a soul inquiry question, which I call a living question. You may want to journal this. You may want to meditate with this, walk with this, garden with this, whatever feels inspiring to you. The question is, what creations are you being called to bring into form? What creations are you being called to bring into form? So that's our overarching bonus message. Let's do a quick recap for the week. Monday, Tuesday, we have let go, surrender, and allow the angels to help you. Again, what you try to control controls you. So surrender, allow the angels to send you divine messages to go forward. Wednesday, Thursday, we have nurture yourself, time to rejuvenate, restore, and recalibrate. And by the weekend, we are being encouraged to release perfectionism, criticism, and judgment, and just make little, small, micro movements forward. Think smaller so it's more achievable, and you can help love your human at this time who's doing the very best he or she can with all that you know and are experiencing. And our overarching message comes from Ancient Stones Oracle. This is creativity. It says creative expression and trust your vision. You must create, again, whether it's for anyone else's eyes or just your own, doesn't really matter. Let it come through you and out however you're being guided. It's a lot of voltage, so welcome that in. So those are our messages for the week. Aren't they beautiful? So feel free to share these with others. I certainly don't mind. I do have a quick announcement. I had just done our May Angel event where I did a guided meditation for balancing the chakras with the angels. And there's also readings. So there's a link. If you're part of my email list, I sent out the replay. And I'm offering through the end of May, if you purchase the Balancing the Angels with, or Balancing the Chakras with Healing Angels course that I have through my Angel Academy on joannaeaston.com. If you buy that, before the end of May, you will receive a 30-minute private reading with me. It can be in June or July, your reading, but the course, the offer is through the end of the month. So that's something that I'm offering. So again, I'll be offering a 30-minute private intuitive reading with me when you purchase the Balancing the Chakras with Healing Angels course. So something to think about. I also am now offering the Horses and Angels Whispering Experience. Check that out. That's also on my website. It's something really unique, really powerful and potent that I would love to offer to you and have you experience. All the information's on my website, so I'll let you look at that if that feels like a sacred yes to you. And if you're curious, again, everything's right there on my website, joannaeaston.com. All right, my friends, I'm sending you so much love. I wish you a week full of magic and miracles and big love from me to you. I will see you soon. Bye for now.